Wee. Good morning, everybody and anybody. I am currently just... Aw, that's cute. Just getting things set up for pretty typical size stream. I've got a video that's almost done processing. That's gonna really free up some of my... There it is, all done. Very nice. Janet and Sachi part 3 on the way. I'm actually going to stream twice today. I'm going to stream one right after the other. Good morning, Milan Tukan. Thank you for dropping in. How nice. One half of the morning is going to be dedicated to development of a game that I hope to monetize. I had a bit of teaser imagery up on some of my socials yesterday, documenting the gameplay loop and the beginnings of the demo. I am going to be looking to hiring people at some point to help with this particular project. Is one that Shar and I have conceived together. Well, hello, Yamushe. Good morning. Thank you for dropping in. How nice of you. Everton, it's always a pleasure. Good morning from the Midwest, US. Everton has made a ton of really, really cool games, including, I think you just finished Dundery. And that was the first game that I played by you, and I'm going to play this updated one too. But NetBit, and I forget the other ones. One kind of seems like a Bomberman style game. They're all really, really cool. Just amazing tech demos and great examples of what you can do. Don't want to be spending too much time on the thumbnail. But it's going to be a thumbnail that I use for a while as well, so... Why don't I have a Bakin? Why don't I have a Bakin? That'll work. That'll work. There is no reason why that right there will not work. So it's gonna work. It'll be just fine. Today I'm going to, right after this little bit of setup here, one more thing I need to do is copy this link and go run into... Make sure everybody's playing nice everywhere. They're doing great. Everybody's so well behaved nowadays. It's so great. You guys are so awesome. Except for Patchwork. He keeps stealing the bananas out of the community fridge. I haven't caught him in the act, but I know it's him. I know it's him. Let's go share this to Twitter real quick. Why is St. Louis trending? I'm gonna take a look at that. That's only like an hour and a half away. I better see why St. Louis is trending. What is happening in St. Louis? Not that I'm gonna go. Streaming some RPG developer. Bakin. Hashtag Gamedev. Right meow. Right meow. Right meow. There you are, Patchwork. I knew it. You are the banana thief. Fess up. Fess up and I'll go easy on you. He's gonna say, boy? Now that we have the security, the regrettable security. I could/should at some point make it to where when folks join, they see absolutely nothing, but they have to react to something. That's it. Done. I'm gonna close this. Take my RAN back. You can't react to anything unless you've got that precious phone number. Can't even react to a post. Close that. I don't need that. I need Bakin. It's Bakin time. This is Project Praven. This isn't going to be for everybody. But while I'm in the opening stages of building framework, it's just going to be an innocent, happy, fun little romp with lots of interesting mechanics and hopefully a very well-designed tutorial. I'm looking to create a very basic character customization system for the demo, an indoor map, 2 separate indoor maps for the first opening scene, 3 outdoor maps, and 1 very short tutorial dungeon, not dissimilar from the legacy dungeons in Elden Ring, since that's what I've been playing a lot, or Breath of the Wild shrines. Just a really short, here are all the different systems in the game, and the beginning of the game, which will consist of the startup that has a splash screen, a prelude, and the title. And that's all on the papers that I was writing out yesterday. And it got real. I also burst through some blockage, some how am I going to do this type, I guess you'd call it game dev block, huh? Not writer's block, but game dev block. So the first thing I'm going to do is I haven't done anything to this file. I just created it and left it. So it's got nothing about it that's different than, that's what the paper was. Yeah, it's all game dev. It's got nothing about it that's different than just starting a new project. So this is all beginning. And so some of the stuff I'm going to do is I'd like to reduce the noise. I would like to reduce the 64. Let's get these out of here. We're gonna remove everything I'm not gonna use. And you might think, well, why didn't you just start with a bare bones project? What do I want? Do I want the 64s or do I want the 128s? The 128s look so much nicer, but the 64s I think are gonna be basically the game style. Oh man, that's a tough decision. Experience a fair amount of game dev block. I understand. What's the difference in the grass? That's 1 grass. That's its equivalent in 128. Some of these are nice. I guess I'll keep all of them, and I'll just play around with both. The color blocks, I'll keep the color blocks because we're going to be doing a ton of prototyping and putting stuff in place that's just there to be replaced later. 2D stamps. All right. So I won't worry about the 64s and do some lighting trickery? How do you mean? I guess I better grab myself a cast. We want the hero. Did I guess I gave myself a bare minimum, didn't I? That's what this is? We're gonna do 2D cast assets. So let's see here. We're actually gonna, let's go with somebody who's gonna retain the mood of what I'm doing. Priest A? Priest A. Priest A is gonna retain the mood of what I'm doing while I'm doing it. We're not gonna worry about stats or anything like this. We are really just gonna focus on There we go. You gonna build it with the engine built-in graphics or just for prototype? This is just for prototyping. I'll be replacing absolutely everything. I do know that I want the map to be bigger than this. Actually, the first map is the room in which you wake up, so smaller than this. The terrain extension, we don't have that enabled. So apply the texture setting, the map resize. That's still an enormous room. Let's do 10 by 10. That's much better. Whoa, Q. Set you on the ground. No. Set him on the ground. There we go. Here, we'll make that the start point. So let's grab us some interior blocks. What do we got here? That says snow. It isn't going to necessarily be a cold place. This is going to be a dank, dark place. It is a church. It is essentially a church. We have woken up in the dormitory of a church. And these walls are actually going to be replaced by walls that I make in a 3D program. And I'm going to have... No. Test. No, there should be sound. There should be sound. GA, Merry Christmas. Merry late Christmas. And welcome to the stream. We're just doing some game development. Oh, and I need to shrink myself down because I'm way too big. And the, yeah, there's other issues too. So we'll just shrink. Whee! There we go. And as for my video capture device, I need to cut out all that black garbage. Whee! Crop and pad. Crop and pad. Right crop and pad? Yeah, there we go. Like 100? Yes, like 150? Almost like 200? That's better. Like 250? That's fine. We're going to do that. And close and... almost done. Really want this to like look a little bit nicer. Probably not necessary at all. There we go. I like that better. I like that a lot better. There's still a little bit, but I'll leave it alone. Patchwork is making a lovely little trainer game, and as always, is inviting everybody to be in it. And I think that that's lovely. But I really, really like what I saw Knifefish doing, which was make walls with backface culling, something we cannot do in SGB. Backface culling is so good. It means if you're looking at your scene through a wall, you won't see the wall because it only renders on one side as long as you've positioned it that way. So let me count the number of times. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do that. We'll just do that. And then for the floor, we'll do that. And that's fine now. Now for objects, do I have anything for objects? Water, sky, event templates? I have nothing for objects. I should have started this project, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna actually save this file, return to the top menu. I need to copy this map. Absolutely shameful. Waste of time. Gravendall, I had a great holiday. Thank you. Thank you for dropping in there. Good to see you. I'm missing chat. While not Bakin, it is Game Boy Studio. I needed a break from all that. Oh yeah, I understand totally. It can be very revitalizing to switch engines and check other engines out. What is your opinion on using AI art in your project? I think that that is a hot topic right now, and that while I can see the validity of the opinion of artists using it as a tool, I also see the other side of artists thinking of it as a bit of a way to cheat your way through things. It's taught us, or I hope that it's teaching us, to contextualize things like competitions. Because if somebody wins a competition with AI art, that's on the competition itself. And at this point, it should be clear whether or not that's allowed. If it is or is not allowed, that will change who all will enter and the conditions with which they'll enter. So competitions will kind of live and die by that, which I'm all about individuality. So return top menu. I want to copy this map though. I really, really want to copy this map. So can I copy it and then go to the top menu and then create a new project? Why is Premiere still open? It's create new. Yes. Game title. Project D. Got to differentiate it. Subtitle none. Creator Ash. Normal data. Next. But as far as my personal opinion about using AI art in the project, as long as you're transparent about it, because I think it's important to give proper credit where credit's due. And if somebody has, say, created artwork with a brush, you might call that traditional, and you might credit them as such. The traditional artist in my game is Bob. If somebody creates it digitally, you might say, well, my digital artist is, Susie. And then if you utilize both types of those arts, you might credit both people, and you might differentiate their roles in your credits. And so I think that it's fair to also label the AI artist. And I would be upfront about using AI art in your game. You may lose out on potential audience, but I think that's kind of the risk you run. I would not advise using the AI art, but being secretive about it. I would be upfront about it. This project will have 0 AI art. I may do a project in the future that uses as much AI generated everything as possible, just as an experiment, not because I think that it's going to be useful for me, because I don't want to use AI. I'm too I don't care how you want to call it. I'm too stuck up, proud, whatever. It can be a great tool for some folks who are using it responsibly, perhaps as a means to reference things and then draw over them. I think that sort of thing is fine, but I'm not going to be using it for any of my projects, except I might do an experimental project where I use it for the story, where I use it for the descriptions of the items, the land, the characters, just to see how congruent it would be for me, a trash prompter. Nice. Hopefully that makes sense as an opinion. Ashley Smith, welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping in, and thank you for letting me know that you can copy and paste 90% from Project A to B. That's all I want, just that 90%. That's fine. Now I need to go back into my game definition. We're off to a really slow start here. I gotta grab me a 3D. Whoops, wrong one. Nope. Right here, right up here. Who is the hero? We need that priest. Where are you, priest? Priest A. That'll work. So there he is. Good. Evolution Artist. Excellent. Great name, by the way. Only issue seen as event and switches and variable boxes can get goofy. We'll see. I'm looking forward to the goofy because that's how I'm going to grow. So this is the room in which the game will start. However, it's going to be so prototypical that I'm just going to have this room and possibly a startup script. I don't even know if I'm going to go that far, because if I got to sit through an intro every time I want to play test, that's going to be rough on me. So we will end this map here. Map 1, as it were, needs to be the upper hull, and it's going to be about 50 wide by... I could probably keep it at 25. You're not going to have access to all that horizontal real estate. However, you should be able to go ahead and see down into it. Oh yes, I recognize you. You are a very active and productive community member. Definitely a friend of my channel. I did not mean to, whoops. I did not mean to let that generate. So please make it flat. Make it flat. Align at lower elevation. There we go. Lovely. Beautiful. Now, because we're going to be on a balcony, like an upper hallway. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that'll do it. That's pretty high up. And I can find a rail to put along here. And, oh, you know what? I would need... Well, I do need to put a wall here. So we'll go ahead and put the wall here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just stop counting and make the big ass wall. There we go. Now, there's going to be places along this wall that are warps, most of which you can't access ever. They're just there in case I need to expand them later. So we need doors. We need doors, stationary. That's not door. Functions. That's also not door. Ally, uncategorized. Door stairs. Here we go. Door, link to another place. That's going to be here. Select the destination. Change the map. Map 1, 2. Map 1, 2. Right there. I can't see the side of my map, so I can't see if that's the warp point. Kind of bonked that up. Please place cursor on the square. It'll give you the Y coordinate. Y12. And then, where's the graphic? I borked that up. Where's my event list? That's here. There we go. Yeah, I need to actually move the player to specified position about contact from map one event. Convert to custom event. Convert to custom event so I can see the graphic. There is no graphic. Wow. All right, from basic set, indoor. I doubt furniture is actually what I want, huh? Building parts? Doors. There we go. And just door one. My side project HQ bookmaker is almost done. Should be up later this week for everyone. That's awesome. When that is ready, I will be happy and honored to do a video on that. I'm going to be doing some Hero Quest development in HQuest Builder later, about 9 o'clock-ish. So this will end, and then a new stream will begin. It'll be a Hero Quest Gamedev stream. Because I really want to work on my campaigns. I have 3 concurrent projects going on right now. They're all pretty ambitious. My 3-part Hero Quest campaign, each campaign being at least 10 quests. The project I'm working on in RPG in a Box, The Adventures of Ash and Nil. And the project I'm working on right now, arguably the biggest, but just the demo for now. And then hopefully the demo can generate interest from folks who want to help and be hired so that I can make a proper, ambitious game that I can use to kickstart my game development career. Well, that's the idea anyway. Apply this. I won't worry about opening and closing the door. I'll just leave it be. I do want to select you. I do want to select the door. Put it, whoop, okay. Not like that. Not like this. Right up against the wall. Out of the wall. There we go. That'll work. Beautiful. It'll probably do something silly like move into the wall or something. But I won't worry about that. And then the rest of these are going to be events. They'll just be objects for now because it's easy enough to change an object to an event. If you can figure out a way to allow Discord chat channel to hear, yeah, that sounds like an ordeal. Building parts. Doors. So stamp. Let's see. I want to try to follow my template that I made. Total of... Ooh. Actually... 5. The dormitory door is in the middle. Now this is looking a bit long. That's looking hella long. I think I'm going to change that. Dormitory door was in the middle. The new middle is going to be like right here. I'm not going to worry too much about the placement because this is prototype. You're going to hear me say that a lot during the stream, I reckon. And we're going to change the size of the map to... Or not. Or not. We can keep it long. No, because even if this were scaled correctly, and that's a huge hallway, huge balcony. I don't want the church to be that big. That's what this is, by the way. If I haven't mentioned it, it is a church. You are a sort of a priest. $30. $35. Make you 35. Is that fair? Yeah, you know what? That's fine. That works out great. That works out great. So, the event, objects, love it. I like the war priest that kills vampires. Sort of. You are a priest of Agape, and you are uncertain of the legend of Agape versus Eros. Some say the Church of Agape saved the world. Others say they condemned it. Condemned it to a fate of doom. Uncertain doom. One door there. And then the stairs. And the stairs, I don't know what kind of stairs I've got here. Treehouse parts, balconies, wooden fences, doors, stairs. Oh, the stairs are just like that. I need a spiral staircase. Not really. I just need slightly tapering stairs. But since it's a demo, prototype, I won't worry about that. The dumbest prototype. Boom, some stairs. This is going to warp you to the lower level. Kind of tempted to put it all in one map now. Nah, I won't do that. So this is going to warp you. Do I have stairs that warp? Yes, I do. We'll do that instead of what I was doing there. Okay. And we'll be changing the map. We have to make another map. $25 by $25. Let's do $35 by $25 like the other one. Yeah. And then we're gonna well, stair converting, you can place models of stairs. You can make your own stairs and place them. You don't have to use the inbuilt ones. The inbuilt ones are just ways to transform the terrain into slope that has steps instead of a linear grade. So we're gonna grab that gray, that extremely boring gray. We're gonna color all of that. I would like very much to raise up. I'm gonna do I'll do 3. I'll do 3. I won't count. It's gonna be a really tall wall once you're down here. And then I'm gonna do the same for the walls around. Whoops. See if we do this. We can right click and align at the higher elevation. I can do this, right click and align at higher elevation. Then I can do this and right click and align at higher elevation. It's going to be a bit of a pain to see in there. And I don't want the camera to be above the ground like this. So I will be converting this to back face culled models. And again, I love it. Love that I can do that. So our stairs down here will lead to the lower floor of the church, and we have several exits that we are not allowed to take. One right here. Three along the hallway itself. One on the opposite end of this hall. And then actually, this is not one room that we drop down into. I knew you were stealing the bananas. I knew it. And let's see, it's kind of a 50-50 split, maybe a 60-40. But I don't really like that. I think this is also kind of the dining hall. Let's do this. That, like that. We're going to line that at the higher elevation. Then we're going to take these and we're going to lower them. Lower them all the way down. Then there is actually a difference in elevation between these two sections. This section is slightly raised. This section is down a bit. I put that separator in the wrong place, so we're going to align that back up there. And then we're going to take this section and make elevation 0. Whoops. Make it flat. Whoops. By that I mean align at the higher elevation. There we go. Now with that done, we can put sort of the stairs here, but first I'll be taking all of this and it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 down. And this. One, 2, 3, 4 up. Everything got selected except for that door. Well, that's fine. Q. There we go. Bink. Perfect. Now this center section right here. Yeah, don't let me distract you. Make sure you're doing that work. Split the difference. Split the difference, I think. Now I can make this a gentle, it can be a gentle slope. We'll do this. We'll do 1, 2, 3. We'll do this. We'll do 1, 2. We'll do this. We'll do 1. Now we have a terrain of stairs. We don't have to have the stair models. You are right, though. The stairs are now no longer like in terrains. You have to right click to make something stairs. That's a bit strange. You are right, though. You are right. Strange that it would be like that. I guess because of the new quarter step elevation system. Because now you can convert entire things. I did kind of like I guess I was just used to dropping stairs in places, though. So now that that's done, these are not rooms. There is a lectern here. There is a room for purgation here. Talking about baptism. Align at elevation. Well, crap, undo. I don't want to call it baptism because there's no Baptists in this game. It's a fantasy religion. There is an office here. That's where the headmaster keeps his stuff. I believe there should be one more room other than what I've wrote down, because this is a place where priests are trained to do specific types of battles. Oh, it seems as though I did not afford myself quite enough room The grand hall of the church is huge. The upper hall. But I didn't give myself enough room to make like the exit, so I need to do that. What? Don't make fun of how I say things. Purgism. We're purgists. I mean, that's not totally incorrect. They are here to purge away the soul of Eros. Well, they don't really purge it. They do purge it from people who are afflicted by it, but you can't destroy the soul of Eros, so they contain it. Didn't plan that out well enough. Did not plan it out well enough. I need to make this flat. Flat. And then I need to make... I need this guy. This is what I need. Boop. Boop. Pop. 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 Bum, 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 bum. There we go. That's what I wanted. I did want a little bit of a hall leading to this. I guess I could still have that. I'll align you to the lower elevation. And then, sadly, the job is overly easy, and some days it feels like I'm just taking up space, but it pays well. I know that feeling. I like whenever my job is kind of like that, because it can be, but it's not always like that. Align at the higher elevation. Align at the higher elevation. And align at the higher elevation. And there is my very, very rudimentary church plan. Actually, that's off center. We're going to align that to lower elevation. That is such a handy option. So I love, so far, sort of this architecture. I need to make it a little bit more curvy in places. Coffee brand of choice or tea? Well, choice. If I get my choice, and I get to have whatever I want, and I don't have to worry about money. Nescafe makes an instant coffee. It's a tall jar. They sell it at Walmart, and right now there's 3 varieties. They have just a regular like breakfast blend, and the glass is concave, so it's a very unique container with a big plastic lid. But they have a breakfast blend, which has a red label, a decaf blend, which has a green label, and a French vanilla, or maybe it's just French roast, dark coffee, which has a brown label. And I have seen a purple label for a Colombian roast, but they don't have that at my Walmart. They have that like an hour away. So anyways, that's one of my favorite brands of coffee, believe it or not. I'm not really much of a snob. I just like to drink whatever, but I really like instant. I drink instant probably every day. My first cup of coffee is instant because I don't want to bother with the coffee pot. I just want to clank, put a door there. And then clank, put a door there. Yeah. Clank, put a door there. Boom, 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 clank. What the heck? Oh no! Put the door back. That door is already there. That door is there, but it needs to be rotated into place. There we go. And then this door is actually going to exit the hall. So now I have got the big, whoops. You fool. There we go. Got the beginnings. I need to link this map to the previous map by converting the stairs to an event. It is, oh, I forgot about this. Slove. Favorite energy drink? Mine's Bang. I respect Bang. I'm sad that they don't make it anymore. I will eternally have Red Bull as the very top of my energy drink list. That's just me. It's not that I don't like other energy drinks. Generally, I don't care much for them at all. I don't even really drink Red Bull. But I do. If I'm going to have an energy drink, I do enjoy Red Bull the most. Having said that, most Bang flavors I had were pretty good. And I do like the Monster Javas, the Monster Coffees, Mean Bean and all that. I like those a lot. Green Monster? Green Monster, a classic. I drank Red Bull ever since they sold it in a glass bottle, so I have quite the attachment to it. And only original. Like the other Red Bulls, they're quite bad. I don't like any of the colored Red Bulls. The diet might be okay now. I haven't tried a diet one since like probably in the last 14, 15 years. But I would try it since I'm now on keto diet. Common events, function, what are they doing? Doors, link to another place. And how strange. You don't get the option. So this is for putting on doors that you've already placed down as objects, because you don't get the option to change the graphic of the door using the default event setter-upper template. Huh. Oh, I need to give these maps names, don't I? Kind of, yeah. Yeah, that kind of needs to happen. Wild Strawberry Crystal Light packets. The Miami Cola Bang, so delicious. The Skittles Bang. Death Wish. I haven't had Death Wish. And I likely won't for a while since I had some cut hours. Probably just continue drinking what I've been drinking, which is Great Value brand instant coffee. Yes, if you saw my socials yesterday, you saw the Boku no Hero Academia cup. Don't worry, it's been washed, it's been reused. It's such a big mug. Let's give you a different name. You are Church Lower. Actually, you are 6th Temple of Agape Lower. I'm going to name these correctly, the way that I envisioned them on my paper notes. And you are 6th Church of Agape Upper. Then you are dormitory. I'll just put dormitory. It's red because it's your starting zone. All right, before I do any test playing with these maps, I'm going to go ahead and make another map. Not even going to worry. The next map is called, which I've made 3. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to make that will just be this simple. I'm going to try to rush through them because we'll call this the plateau. The plateau is going to be your first real experience without hand-holding, without tutorials, of gathering and fighting. It'll be your field sort of legacy dungeon. Why don't we try a 40 by 40 for this one? And then with terrains, I'm going to color in... Ooh, that doesn't seem quite good enough. Did I already resize you? Yeah, you're already there. How about a 60 by 40? Yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah. All right, we are really going to go heavy on the prototype. So we got a body of water here that kind of creates a little sectioned off area, which is where you will fight your first non-handhold boss. And we're going to just cover that in water. I love it. I'm going to change all of this later. Or maybe I'll leave it as is, you know? How awesome would that be? The blood of my enemies. It's pretty good. It's okay. It depends on their diet, you know? I don't recommend drinking 4 energy drinks. No, I don't either. Don't do that. Gotta watch out for your heart. Always more energy, more power, no sleep. The Irish Java Monster, I enjoy Irish cream stuff, so I would probably... my 4K monitor is probably 27 inches as well. Probably the same. I made that. It takes up about half the map, so that's fine. And then there's a body of water about here. And yes, I'm referencing my very rudimentary scribbled hand-drawn notes. It's a plateau. Get me an address and I'll get you a grounded bag. You know what? I might set myself up a P.O. box just for you crazy folks to send me stuff. Those of you who are inclined. This is what I sketched out yesterday. It's included in my Twitter post with my little papers and stuff. This was the plan. I do want there to be sloping. I want there to be gentle landscaping. I played around with the idea of what kind of music would be on each map forever, and I landed on there's going to be 7 musical tracks in the game for the demo, and the 6th one will play on this map as well as the adjacent map. It's kind of like the field outside, a ways from the church. It's your first calm, peaceful outing. Well, until you have to do what you're here to do, which I won't spoil anything. I'll just say that I'm very proud of what I've accomplished on paper. Very, very proud. Reminds me of Ulda's main leveling area, Western Thal. I can understand. I'm trying to go more Black Shroud. No, not quite Black Shroud. This is really more field. So probably like Limsa. Nature. It's taking me a while to navigate through this stuff. Can we please view all of them? View. 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 Okay. Good enough, I guess. Are you... How come... that's going to drive me nuts. The visibility toggles don't work the way that I want. The Geeks Show. Hey, what's up? Just finished your video reviewing Negative Comments and led me here. Well, I hope that you had a good time. I hope that it wasn't... Hope it wasn't calling anybody out or anything like that. What is up? I'm doing some game development in the exact same engine that I was reviewing the Negative Comments about. We're doing prototypical development, though. So it's very, very much a case of replicate what I scribbled and not worry about fidelity or quality right now. We're just bunk, bunk. Why are you guys up there? Oh, you're up in the sky for some reason. I'll flatten you here in a second. Bonk, bonk, bonk. No, good video. Been thinking about grabbing the engine. Was looking at reviews. I recommend checking out. I've got a video series on how to do things in the engine with tutorials that are hopefully bite-sized enough for somebody to get into and extrapolate how. the engine works, and then there are others who have videos, like Melon Tukin, who I believe is hanging out in the chat still, and Patchwork, who is also hanging out in the chat, and they are really good about, well, Patchwork's got teaser videos, but Melon has videos where he does explain what he's doing with events. Right now, I'm just in the mapping phase. I'm going to create the world, and I'm going to throw all the warp points and stuff that I need to link all this stuff together so that I have a sandbox that keeps me in the mindset of what it is I'm trying to accomplish. That's my goal here. And if I can do that today, I'll consider that a successful stream. I need a couple of tombstones now because there is a small cemetery here. But if you want to know what the engine's capable of, we've got gameplay videos too of demos that were made in the engine. Can you talk about your creative process to making a game from sketching the idea on paper to putting it on practice? Yes. Yamushe, I'm sure that there are better creative processes out there, and my personal belief is do what works for you. And I'm still learning about what works for me, but I have found that following exactly what works for others doesn't always work for me. So I'm doing something that definitely works for me right now, and I'm going to grow it, and I'm going to make a couple of mistakes here and there, but I'm trying to grow it into something that works even better for me. So, essentially, my creative process is, what are the systems I want to put into this game? What's the theme? What are the things that I definitely will not want to change later that I can make part of the integral core gameplay right now? Because this isn't going to be like a jam game. This is going to be a demo that leads into paid work so that I can monetize it. And I'm going to be using everything that I know / have learned about game development in general for this. So I'm taking this one pretty seriously. I would like a visual on, I guess, where I'm going to enter. And so I'll do that here. I'll enter here. So I did say this was going to gently slope down into this valley. Throw stuff and see what sticks, wing it. Those are valid. Those are super valid. I have been seriously planning this project for the better part of, do I want to say 6 months, or has it been longer? So this is the first time I'm putting it down on paper and putting it into the engine. All right, and then we're gonna put this rock wall around this area. Move that tree right off. After I figure out what exactly I want, what exactly is going to be in the game, then, whoops, hey, get off there. Get off there. Oh, Control Y. I love redo. God, I love redo. After I do that, I start trying to figure out the best way to tackle it. And like I said, this I think is going to be the best way for me to tackle this, because I have to be mindful not only of like the game requirements, but like my own mental ability. And I don't have a lot of faith in like myself having a big memory or anything like that. I know if I don't tightly control and edit myself while I'm making this, that I'm going to make systems that I forget about or half-ass, and then when I get back in there later, I'll not remember how to use them, and I won't be thinking of the best ways to tie them together, and that's just going to create more work for me. So I've got a brain that does whatever all day long, and I can't focus on stuff all the time. And that's kind of what I'm fighting against, is myself and my lack of focus. Actually, doing it the way that I'm doing now helps me focus a lot, because I'm talking it out. I don't feel crazy because I've got maybe an audience, and having wrote all this stuff down before and like sticking to it, and having already been through the process of carrying these maps around in my shopping cart and figuring out if I want to keep them there or put them back on the shelf has helped out a lot too. So this is a new process for me, but it's worked out so far. Yes, this is Shar and mine's project. It is going to end up being quite mature, surprisingly mature for anything you've ever seen on my channel or any interaction I've had elsewhere. But when it gets to that point, it will become a lot more discreet. There won't be these game dev videos. For now, it's just going to be this open, innocent project where I'm getting all these systems and putting it into place. Another reason why I wing it is I don't like worrying about storylines and stuff. For this Game Boy game, the story will be more casual and funny. Indra 5 is more serious. A roadmap and Google Documents holding self to it. Short and long-term goals for sure. Yes. Notepad. Ashley, Notepad is my best friend. It goes my wife, then Notepad. Notepad's always been there for me. All right, we're going to use the door event to link to another place. This time. Oh, there's the door. Oh, there's two events. One doesn't have the graphic and one does, and they're visually different because the one that does have the graphic has the open door. Well, that's poop. I mean, it's fine, but how dare you? All right, I can't put the warp where this goes, but I love my map. I'm going to save it for sure. I'm going to save everything so far. I haven't saved yet. That's really bad. Don't do that. Make sure you save. Notepad++. I've tried it a few times. The tab feature is the only thing that I really, really like about it, because I find that I love looking at blank Notepad. I don't know why. I just love typing stuff out. And Control D, copy line. Duplicate. All right, new map. Let's copy this one and paste it so I get one of the same size. And Plateau 2, I'm going to rename to Summit. And we're going to treat this one basically the exact same as the Plateau map. The warp for it's going to be right here. Not going to make a lot of sense, except if you consider this map is down and to the right of the Summit map. We're doing the Summit map now, though. Excuse me. 60 by 40 might end up being a pretty good size. Why don't we make this the starting point and test play to see if we feel good about the size? I'm walking on water. Can you ask for a more accomplished priest? The 60 by 40s will be fine, because this isn't like a huge open world. It's kind of open world, but it's not going to be huge. I actually like it. I'm going to stick with 60 by 40 for now. We are just AI responding to your face reactions. He am the superhero. Summit. Oh, yes. Okay. So we're in the summit now. So that's what we got to change. What we're going to do is we're going to select everything. Delete the objects. Goodbye. Nice to have known you. And same type terrain selection. Did I have 64? EP grass 1. No, I had 128. Yeah. Boop. Fill them up. 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 And now we're going to flatten those. I have to say, using the engine like this is helping my confidence in just straight up using Bakin instead of SGB to Bakin. We keep the stream up after it ends. Yeah, the stream will definitely stay up. All of my streams always stay up. And welcome to the stream, Temple. Temple OS Templar. Thank you for dropping in. And this is my workflow. It may not be for everybody. I mean, I could totally respect that it's not. So if there are things that you're watching, know that I'm not a professional. I'm not representative of the talent that I have seen. Ooh, we want to do this. And I want the cave to be right there. So we're going to click this, and we're going to go with a cave that's 4 across. And down. And then this, down to the road. And then this leads to the plateau, which is the last map you saw. And then this will lead to what is called the gardens, which is kind of how the temple does its Thank you for making it. You're welcome. If they help you, I'm glad that you enjoy them. The Bakin tutorials, that is. And I hope that they do help. Most of this will be inaccessible. So we'll do a select by type, and we'll just grab everybody, and we'll raise, 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 raise. And then this one, whoops, hey, get off there. Boop. Raise, 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 raise. I forgot to get that with me. That'll work out just fine. Just fine. This is working out great so far. And now I can take, and I'll just plonk a tiny little tile right here to represent the door to the next area. That's actually what I should do in the plateau as well. Plonk that down. Whoops. Plonk it down. There we go. Excellent. The door to another place event will go to the summit, and it will go here. It'll go here. And it needs to be here. Not wherever the hell I just put it. And then the summit will have a door that goes to the plateau. Make sense? Yes? Good. Now, the road is the end of the demo. We don't show the road. We talk about the road being the place that goes to where you're able to get to travel. And the travel goes to the city. And the city is the hub for the main game, where you implement all of the skills that you learn from the demo to carry out your missions. Newbie. Good morning, newcomer. I probably cannot reply. But welcome. It's nice to have you. Hopefully the language barrier will not discourage you. Now, I've got 2 more maps to make. And about half an hour to do it. We're going to make another new map, and we're going to call this one Outside Church. It actually needs to be 40 by 60 by 40 as well. The coffee's starting to stick to my throat. I don't know what it is. Artificial sweetener of any kind. It always sticks to my throat. It causes me to have a ton of clearing throat issues during stream and recording. I edit it out in recording, but streaming, it's a pain in the butt. Insert Boys to Men, End of the Road song here. Oh, please. There we go. Now, this is going to be a bit different. We've got a little bit of rock that kind of protects the land here. But it's not a lot, and this is a cliff that overlooks the sea. And right, I don't exactly know what color this building is going to be. Right here in the center of it all is the church. It'll be replaced with the building. But for now, it's going to be a big landmass. And then, that's pretty much it for this map. There's other stuff to do here. Not a lot. It's more for just to be pretty. There'd be some things to gather around the sides. But for the most part, this is all about the visuals. And I don't want to merge this with any other map. So we're going to put a tile there and a tile here, and those mark the warp points. And then we're going to grab the door event. Can I snap to grid? I'm going to snap to grid. We're going to turn the grid on as well. That's going to help me out a ton. This is going to lead to the 6th Temple of Agape Lower. It did not go where I wanted it to. There we go. There we go. There we go. Why are you like this? There we go. Grid is your friend. Grid is my friend, yes. Definitely. Oh, and here's where you can set the collision size. That's handy. That's extremely handy. That's going to help me. I need something that visually represents the end of this map. So I'm probably going to do more stone. There we go. There we go. Trace select. Align at higher elevation. There we go. And then I'm going to grab a little bit more stone for down here. That's more stone than I thought I would grab. You know what? It's fine, though. I was going to throw some black, but I don't think I'll do that. Add more coffee? I'm going to do it. Bleh. Bleh. Excuse me, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, whoever might so be out there and inclined, Bakings, Bakqueens, and Bakin-betweens. court jesters, as I call myself. This one is going to need an event that is also got bigger collision. That's a bit awkward. Oh, wow. They are really precise with that. That's so cool. Depth. Is that what I want? I think that's what I want. Right? I can't see it until I'm done setting it. Huh. That's okay. That's going to go to the summit. And it's going to go right here. Okay. No? Let's turn on the event view. All right, Melon. How do I... Oh, there it is. I'm good. I was about to ask you how to do that. I found it. Event collision. I know I covered it in my tour of the program, but I'm always going to be finding and refinding stuff. And refinding things I have found. All right, so I think like right here, the black is going to represent the cliff side, aka the void. All of this is going to be elevated. I want a beautiful skybox. The sea over here. Really want my free layout to work. Another free layout. I'm going to do a tutorial video on layouts, but I'm actually not going to do it until that is fixed, because that would make my tutorial obsolete so fast. Or I shouldn't say that it would make it obsolete, but it would be really, really nice to have that bit included, because so many people are going to want to use that function when they're building their own tutorials, their own layouts, I mean. And it's just, it would make so much more sense to do it that way. Let's now go to the summit and create our warp event. This one's going to be 3 high. So that's the one I got to change. I can't change it directly. That's fine though. And it's going to go to outside church, and it's going to warp you right here. Excellent. Now that I've done that, I need to put more terrain down to kind of cover that. Align at the higher elevation. Extremely useful. Very good. Must be bottom almost, like having more than one. Or I may be misunderstanding exactly what it is evolution needs, but I'm waiting for the event panel for free layouts to actually work. That's what I'm waiting on. All right. I think that's about it. I've got one more map to make. Yeah. One more map to make. Copy, paste. Summit, which we are going to call Cave. This is the slime cave. Slime girls live in the slime cave. It is what it is. The slime cave is going to be a bunch of beautiful models, objects, not women. Well, maybe also women, that are going to be back-faced culled, so that we'll always be able to see where we're going and what we're doing. Oh, whoa. Once that's made, I'm going to have all kinds of custom menus. That's the oh, whoa. Yes. I agree with that oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. We're going to make all of that way, and then we're going to go ahead and align this to the higher elevation. And now I have here a map that I have made. Crafting and waypoint system are dependent on the flow system, free layout system. Crafting, you can event crafting without having to use layouts. But it would probably help out a lot to not have to use layouts. Or to not have to use events and use layouts instead. All right, I need to carve a path through this. So we're going to do a trace select first. And now I would like to lower these. I actually made them a bit too close together. So if I hold control, that takes away, which is perfect. If I hold shift, that completely deletes what I did. Undo. Oh, that doesn't work that way. All right. All right, I'll start over. Instead of that, I'm just going to draw. Just going to draw. There we go. Now we're going to lower you. I think to that end. And I think that's actually going to work out fine. So we've got several points of interest here, and the dungeon's laid out a very particular way. You're going to come into here, and this is where your trainer is going to give you a bit of a dialogue on the different things you're going to have to learn while you're in here. Because this is where all the priests go to get their initiate training before they can be certified to do battle with whoever they need to do battle with in order to get the soul shards of Eros back. And right here, you're going to have a bunch of these slime thralls who are young ladies that will teach you the adventure system. The adventure system in this game works exactly like Shadowrun for the SNES, where you're going to talk to people and they're going to mention words that are in bold. And whenever you see one of these words, it gets added to your personal dictionary. If you have one of these words in your dictionary, you can use that word in conversation with people. And as long as you are using that word, they'll have a response. Or at least key people will have a response to that word, and they will lead you into dialogue that progresses the game. In this situation here, and also in the church, you'll learn how to use that adventure system. It's the same as having a key item being anything from a crowbar to loosen boards that are covering a door, to a literal key to unlocking a door or a chest. Items that you collect progress your access to maps in a given game, and terms can do the same thing in this context. Your reward will be here, and that's actually going to be, I haven't decided yet. We've got a battle tutorial. When you come through here, the slimes in this room will unexpectedly be evil, because the slimes are not evil by default. They should be, but they don't react to the soul shards the same way. So the church keeps them on hand for training purposes, because they are afflicted by the soul shards of Eros, but still, like, quite docile. So you're coming here to do battle with the slimes. This is part 2 of your quest. Your reward will be access to this room, which is part 3 of the tutorial, where you will actually gather things, and you'll learn how to gather. Not just walk up to the item and pick it up. You might have to do perception checks. You might have to do a mini game to kind of mine something. I haven't quite decided yet. Whatever the system is, it'll be a system that scales out and pops up from time to time later in the game. The trainer now takes you through here. Part 4 of your tutorial is going to be to navigate through this room, and there's not going to be any danger, but it is going to be a puzzle room. So you may have to move rocks out of the way to get access to where you need to be. You may need to rotate the camera to see different angles of the map, and the headmaster or trainer will explain all of that to you. When you get through to the end, the headmaster will explain that the next part of what's about to happen is the sacred duty of all of the priests of Agape. You need to neutralize the soul shard host. The slime queen has a soul shard, but she is, again, she's not evil. She's here to serve. Maybe, I'm not sure if it's against her will. I haven't quite decided yet. I'd rather everything in the game be not that way. I would rather everything be everything be willingly happening. So she's here, or is supposed to be, and the trainer is going to question her about the evil slimes, because while it's important you know how to battle, that wasn't part of the lore. Like, he wasn't supposed to teach you how to battle today, but you just had to learn. So you come through here and she's gone. Instead, there's a slime in her place that is a boss, a mini boss. And this mini boss, this is not according to plan. So you'll have to fight this mini boss. You won't get through the entire part of what you need to do, which that's where things take a very adult turn. Because this mini boss needs to be slayed. She is fully infected by the soul shard of Eros and needs to be put down, because the soul of Eros is a very contagious thing. It can put the world into doom. Everybody will just constantly be, what are classy ways I can put this? It would be a very Saturnine world. It would be a very Bakin world. Bakin. It would be a very Bakin world. And you know, nobody would survive. There would not be another generation. Or I guess there would be another generation, but nobody willing to take care of babies. I say, so we're going back out of the cave after we've completed all of this, and once we leave, we then must go to the plateau, because that is where the slime queen has fled, and we have to understand why she's fled there. But that's essentially going to end the demo. I think once you get there, you'll be engaging in the steamy business that basically represents the purging of the soul shard, or the weakening of it in order to extract it. But the slime queen at this point has been infected and needs to be completely purged, so you'll have to put her down. Maintain, set, maintain orientation, set the collision size to 3 times that. I'm going to change one of those blocks to gray. We're going to take you back to the summit on this one. Take you right back here. Okay. Yeah. Change the color of this block to that. Select it, bring it down. Ultimately, I would like for the demo to have all of the gameplay elements that the full game will have, so I think it is going to have that last part, the chording phase. And actually what I wrote down, there's 5 different phases to the gameplay loop. The adventure system, the chording phase isn't happening in this section though, I realize. That's the phase that, it's the dating phase. There's nothing lewd going on there. It's literally just trying to get to know the person and allowing them to become more cognizant that there is a soul shard embedded within their, well, being, and then helping them understand what the process needs to be for their life to be saved. So I'm playing a very, very tricky game on a very, very slippery slope. Let's edit that so that it's wider. But I'm determined to make it all work and work well. I'm determined to be applauded for how I handle the sensitive subject matter. It's important that it is all handled with respect. What the heck? Why do I have... Do you represent the event? Oh, you're the from. Oh, cool. Cool. Okay, yeah. Duh. And I can move that dynamically. That's so cool. We need the warp though. We need the warp. So I'm gonna color these black. I'm gonna color these ones black. And I'm gonna lower these 4. I'm gonna lower these 4, lower elevation. Let's take the door event, slap it there. We're about ready to test. About ready to test to make sure all of our maps go together. Whoops, I don't want to change that. Stop that. Ash. This goes to the slime cave. Bink. And must be 4 wide. I might bork up the alignment. Yeah, I borked up the alignment. It is okay. Q, are you on the ground? Now you are. Awesome. We're done. We're done with today's map building. Probably not going to allow you to visit the gardens in the demo. Probably not going to allow you to go to the road in the demo. But let us travel to the dormitory. Dormitory, 6th Church of Agape Upper. Need to lower this, I think. There we go. Lower, then outside church, then the summit. The slime cave and the plateau. That's the way that those should be ordered. Let's place ourselves here. Starting point, test play. We're ready to test play. Kokion, Morning Boss, thanks again for your help yesterday. You are welcome. I didn't do anything, but you're welcome all the same. You figured it out. There is no warp here. There's no warp. There's no warp. I've screwed up already. I didn't put a warp there. Let's put a warp there. Let's put a warp here. We're going to the upper church. Warp's right there in the middle. That means I don't have a warp going back here. I ought to. Oh, I do. There was a green thing in the room. So we're going to put that there. We're going to put the door here. There we go. There we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. Also, I thought that was you. I thought that was you. And also, thank you for dropping into the stream. All right, there's our 5 doors, our door that we can't access. I'm going to spin this around. It may be a prototype, but it deserves to be facing the right direction. Which, actually it was facing the right direction. It just needed to be lowered. So I'll lower it. Didn't work. Probably have tons of questions for me in the near future. Bring it on. We are all on standby. Glorious people like Evolution and Melon and Patch are all here to help. And they're great at it. Okay, I love that I can adjust where you get let off. I love that. Save, test play, let's go. Let's go. Everything's gonna work. Second try, everything's gonna work. Dormitory works. Go back to the dormitory. It works. I should move that to where it makes a little more. Oh my god! Whoa! That wasn't supposed to happen. I don't have a warp there. I mean, it technically worked. I got to the lower level off the stairs. Holy crap. I need a doctor. Need a doctor. Wow. All right. we're not gonna count that as a fail because it technically got him to the lower level. Okay, we need rails. Where's my stairs? How come the stair graphic disappeared? God, that's dumb. I need to fix that. There should be, okay, there it is. It's a little hidden, it needs to be moved, but it's there. Move the camera. I don't have any other maps in here, I'm just gonna leave. Goodbye. Where is it? Did I put one here? I must not have. All right, fine. Lower agape. Why? That's bugging me. Why are my stairs not visible? Oh, it's because I converted it to an event and I didn't give it a graphic? That's dumb. We'll not worry about that then. We just won't even worry about it. It's like I kind of understand it not doing that, but I can't understand why it would delete the graphic that I put there to begin with. You silly, silly thing. I guess that's what happens when you select an event that, on purpose, deliberately does not have an event graphic. All right, we're going to convert you to a graphic. It's the doors. It's going to be linked to another place. It's on contact. Yeah, it even says right here there is no graphic. It's on me for not paying attention, to be honest. Okay. All right. Umpteenth time's a charm. I'm gonna make sure I save that though. EA hash, rushed product. No. You are a priest. Cast heal on myself. Ah! Brah! 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 That's why Darkhand is having such issues with this. Well, he's not the only one. Ah, crap, the graphic disappeared again. Oh, that's fine. That's fine, whatever. I'll fix that. I need to have... Oh, we're working great. We've even got door sounds whenever I change maps. Yes, slime cave. I don't have to worry about anything there. That works out fine. And then we go down here. And then Grindelf. Good morning. from, where the heck am I? The Midwest of the USA. Good to have you, always. Computers tend to do exactly what you tell them to, not what you want them to do. Life as a programmer, yes. Yeah. We're reminded of that in CNC as well. If a part comes out bad, but we set up the machine, they're like, well, it's only doing what you told it to do. It's like, yes, I know. Redo. So I'm very happy to report that the 7 maps that I wanted to create, prototype style, are created and done, ready to be decorated by, I'm going to say, perhaps Shar, perhaps myself. Shar is really good at map decoration, and I would absolutely entrust this next step to her. But I can provide her with assets and let her go crazy on the actual decoration and prettying up of these maps. We could actually work on that together. But the actual maps are done, and the linking between the maps are done. I am doing some fast prototype. I shouldn't say prototype. It's proof of concept, but this is actually what I'm going to be working with. We are. Where's the stairs? Where's this? Okay, there they are. I gotta make that visible for myself. Did it pretty well in fast too. Well, thank you. I did try to go for speed because this is now going to be converted to a HeroQuest game development stream. I'm very glad that this is done. Very, very glad this was done. I have a springboard now that I can constantly work on. I've got my next plans are to get event templates. I don't want to make the events as I'm ready for the player to come across them. I actually want to make events in advance, and not just like the events for the game, but rather templates of events. So what I really want to do is make the event system into a subroutine system. So every event that I put down, every template event will have a few places for me to set variables, and then it will call a common event, and that will be the end of it. All I'm going to have to do when I set this up correctly the way I want is set down my NPC, grab their specific graphic, go into the event, and set the variables, and that is it. And the variables are going to be name of the NPC. I might do like a description of the NPC. I need to figure out what are the different ways you can interact with them. And then type of NPC, that's going to be an integer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to determine what choice structure they have. And then I'm going to set, what is it? Oh, string variables. The string variables are going to be global, but they're constantly going to be replaced as you come across an event, an NPC event. So the string variables are going to be the lines of dialogue that they have, and the common event is going to initiate the draw of the background, which is also going to have to be an integer in the event template. I don't know if I'm going to draw the background or if I'm going to have the camera place itself very particularly in front or off to the side of a given NPC to where we have a camera angle of our two characters talking. I don't know yet. That would really, really be easy to do. But like for the dateable characters and stuff, I want art of them. So I need to find a way to do it that makes sense, because I'm not going to have this game not make sense visually. It's going to be perfectly congruent with itself. So it'll set the scene, it'll set the UI, it'll set the characters, and then depending on what we have selected in our event template, it's going to select that character, which means I am going to have a third event that's got nothing but if integer equals 1, then use character graphic 1. If integer equals 2, use character graphic 2, and so on. So that's going to be out there as well. But that's the one I'll add on to as I get more resources ahead of time. And then the event will put the different pieces of dialogue in place, and all you have to do is make sure you have the appropriate terms to navigate the dialogue. If you don't, the conversation will not go your way. Like, they'll just be like, get out of here, priest. because remember, the world kind of hates you. And if you do, then it will pull from the second and third string variables that I set in the preceding event to give you the unique dialogue that that NPC has whenever you encounter it and use those terms with it. So, yes, that's my plan. That way, if I want to make content after this gets live and I'm able to make a crowdfund, I'm thinking Patreon, if I want to sit and make 15 minutes worth of content, it might actually only take me 15 minutes to do. And that means I can make considerable progress adding content to the game without having to sit and make an entirely new branched out choice system that's prone to getting bugged out or prone to, like, the character graphic comes up, but it's the character graphic of the event that's been copied. All of those possibilities go away. It just becomes a minimal risk situation where I can power through and just do what I really want to do and develop. And these event templates are things I'm also going to put into Land of Extensia so other people can have them too for free if they find them useful. Anyways, that is it for today's dev stream. I'm about to restart and make a new stream, and it's going to be Hero Quest related. I'm going to be writing quest campaigns for Hero Quest. So anybody who wants to see that, stay tuned. I'll be using HQuest Builder, and I'll be doing a bit of lore writing while I make Hero Quest maps. So basically, tile, grid, I'm putting objects down, I'm marking which rooms will be accessible, I'm putting notes for each section in the quest, and it's been a while. Well, it hasn't really been a while since I did a Hero Quest stream. I was going to do one yesterday, but I got really busy and I decided against it. But this is something I think might do well as a stream. Anyway, I'll try it out. If people like it, then we'll continue to do it. And if they don't really show up for it, that's fine too. So, thank you very much for watching the Bakin development stream. This is something that's going to be a bit regular because I'm very, very keen on this project, and I'll be really glad to show off things, especially once we get event systems in place. You'll get to see me make those, and you'll get to see updated maps over time, especially if Shar gets motivation to help decorate and the like. And if not, then you'll still see updates as I improve the prototypes so that they at least give you a better idea of what the theme of this world, this grimdark world, is. So, thanks again, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye for now. Be right back for now.
Of all the money that e'er I had spent it